If you want a measure of how in the mind you are, how up in the head you are at any given moment, which doesn't say anything about your overall state, it's just a test or a measure of how fixed attention is in the mind, in the thought processes. Here's a simple test. So just listen to one sound, any sound in your environment. It can be a bird, the hum of an electric device, like a computer or a fan. It can even be the background ringing in the ears. So just tune into that for a moment. Now ask yourself, where do you believe that is? And why? Another way of asking this would be, ask yourself, does it feel like I am something primary and that sound is happening to me out there somewhere, and I'm the receiver of it or the hearer of it? If you really listen closely, and then ask yourself, where is that sound? What happens? What happens next? Is there an inner monologue saying, well, I know that sound is made by XYZ, and I know where it is in the room or in the environment, and I know I'm listening to it because I'm in a body over here, which really raises some other interesting questions if you feel like you're in a body. But we won't talk about that for now. So if that happens, that monologue or that narrative, where's your attention? Are you getting that information directly from the sound? What if you go back out to the sound and don't move from the sound? Does that sound have any narrative at all? Does it have any location data? Now just keep paying attention. How long does it take before the mind revs up again? Starts saying a narrative about what you know, what's real and what's not real, what's true and what's not true. You might even believe this. You might believe in non-duality, but your mind still tells the story, well, I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't realized that yet. Haven't you? The sound is just the sound, isn't it? Nothing you think about it or doubt about yourself or think about yourself changes that fact. The fact of the sound. So go back to the sound. Is that sound supplying any information other than the sound itself? Including location, source, propagation through space? Or is all that added afterward? When attention moves back into thought. Stay with the sound. Now the mind may start creeping in with more subtle conclusions about what you're realizing right now, or this process, or reminding yourself to do this again later because it works. or simple labels about what's happening. Oh, this is non-duality. All of those conclusions are just indicators that your attention is in thought. So you come back to the sound. Strangely, this requires no effort because the sound's already there. It takes effort to move away from the sound, actually, to move attention internally. So how did you do? Did you hear the pure sound? Well, certainly you did. Even if it seemed like there were no gaps. Even if it seemed like the thoughts were constant. There are always gaps. Moments when you touch in to the pure senses. But what happens is the mind, let's just say, grabs a hold of your attention pretty quickly again and sews together this patchwork that feels like a solid you, as if there were no moments of direct perception. They happen all the time. It's just more of an attachment to or an addiction to thought, to running back to the mind to explain, describe, judge, because we feel like it's a safe place. We feel like it's where we regroup or we go internal. But there's nothing safe about it. Nothing really inherently unsafe about it. It just serves no purpose, actually, except in its own right. Once you're believing thoughts, then you can endlessly imagine the purposes that are valuable there or that are inherent to thinking and so forth. But when your attention is not in thought, you see, you don't need purpose. You don't need judgment, conclusions, frames of reference. Just this aliveness of sound, of hearing, pure hearing. The hearing is doing the hearing. But you don't even need to think about that. Just the sound. Just the heard. It's not over there somewhere. It's not in here somewhere. There's no receiver. There's no emitter of sound. There's nothing through which that sound propagates. It has no intrinsic quality because it doesn't need intrinsic qualities, because it's just that. So this is powerful practice. Take it up anytime.